So, let's talk about something we all use every single day, probably without even thinking about it: the web. From the moment you wake up and check the weather, scrolling through your favorite social media feed, ordering dinner from a local restaurant, the web is deeply woven into the fabric of our modern lives. It's the invisible infrastructure that powers our communication, our entertainment, our work, and even our shopping. It's not just a collection of websites anymore. It's a dynamic, ever-evolving ecosystem that connects billions of people and devices. It's the digital backbone of our society, and it's constantly getting better, faster, and smarter. We went from clunky desktop computers being our primary gateway to the internet to having supercomputers in our pockets. We've seen the rise of streaming services that deliver high-definition movies instantly, and online stores that can get a package to your door in a matter of hours. The web is the reason all of this is possible. Every time you load a web page, you're interacting with a complex piece of technology that someone, somewhere built. And that technology is on the brink of some major changes. The importance of the web isn't just about convenience though, it's about access. As we look ahead, the web is set to become even more integrated into our lives. The trends we're seeing today are the building blocks for that future, and they are going to change everything. Alright, so we've established that the web is a huge deal. But what does it actually take to build it? That's where web development comes in. At its core, web development is simply the work involved in creating a website or web application. Think of it like building a house. Architects who design the blueprint, construction workers who build the structure, interior designers who make it look good and feel functional. Web development has similar roles. It's the art and science of bringing a digital idea to life on your screen. A simple blog, a complex online store. There are two main sides to this coin: front-end and back-end development. Front-end is everything you see and interact with: layout, colors, fonts, buttons you click. Developers who work on the front end use HTML, CSS, JavaScript. They're the ones obsessed with making the user experience smooth, intuitive, visually appealing. They are the interior designers of the web, focusing on the look and feel. Then you have the back end. This is the part of the website you don't see, but it's what makes everything work. Let's get into the first big trend, and it's one you're probably hearing about everywhere: artificial intelligence, or AI. For a long time, AI felt like something out of a sci-fi movie, but now it's becoming a core part of the web development toolkit. Instead of websites being static pages that show the same thing to everyone, AI allows them to become dynamic, personalized, and genuinely helpful. It's about making the web smarter and more responsive to each individual user. The goal is to create an experience that feels like it was designed just for you, because in a way, it was. One of the most common ways AI is showing up is through chatbots and virtual assistants. You've probably seen them, the little chat windows that pop up on e-commerce or customer service sites. In the past, these were often clunky and not very helpful. But with modern AI, they can now understand natural language, answer complex questions, and guide you through tasks with surprising accuracy. A user interacting with an advanced AI chatbot on a retail website, with the bot providing personalized product recommendations. This frees up human support agents to handle more difficult issues and gives users instant 24/7 assistance. It's like having a knowledgeable employee ready to help you at any moment right on the website. AI is also revolutionizing personalization. Next up is a trend that isn't exactly new, but its importance is growing exponentially: the mobile-first approach. For years, developers would design a beautiful, complex website for a large desktop screen, and then try to shrink it down to fit on a phone. The result was often a compromised, clunky experience. The mobile-first strategy flips that script entirely. It means designing for the smallest screen, the smartphone, first, and then scaling the design up for tablets and desktops. This forces designers and developers to prioritize what's most important, leading to cleaner, faster, more focused websites. This shift makes total sense when you look at the numbers. The majority of web traffic now comes from mobile devices. People are browsing, shopping, connecting on the go, and they expect a seamless experience. A mobile-first design ensures that the core functionality is front and center, and that the site is easy to use with a thumb. It means bigger buttons, readable text without pinching to zoom, navigation that's simple and intuitive. Building on this mobile-centric world are progressive web apps, or PWAs. One of the most important and frankly overdue trends in web development is the focus on accessibility. The original promise of the web was that it would be a resource for everyone, regardless of their location device or ability. Accessibility, often abbreviated as the 11Y, because there are 11 letters between A and Y, is the practice of making sure that promise is kept. It's about designing and building websites and applications that can be used by people with disabilities, visual impairments, auditory impairments, motor impairments, cognitive impairments. It's not just a feature, it's a fundamental right. So, what does an accessible website look like? It's not about a separate accessible version of a site. It's about incorporating good practices into the main design from the very beginning. For someone who is blind and uses a screen reader, this means adding descriptive text to images, called alt text, so the software can describe the visual content. It means using proper headings and structuring content logically so it's easy to navigate. Now let's look a little further into the future, at technologies that are starting to emerge and will fundamentally change how we interact with the web. First up is Voice User Interface, or VUI. We're already getting used to talking to our devices with assistants like Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant. The next step is to bring that same conversational interaction directly to the web. Instead of typing into a search bar or clicking through menus, you'll be able to simply ask a website for what you need. Imagine booking a flight by saying, "Find me a round-trip ticket to Tokyo for next month." This shift from a graphical user interface, or GUI, to a voice user interface, or VUI, requires a whole new way of thinking about web design. Information needs to be structured so that it can be easily understood and spoken aloud by an AI. Actions need to be simplified so they can be triggered by a simple voice command. This doesn't mean keyboards and mice are going away, but it does mean that voice will become a powerful alternative way to navigate the digital world. This next trend is a big one. It's all about democratizing creation. For a long time, if you wanted to build a website or an application, you had to learn how to code or hire someone who could, but a new wave of no-code. And low-code platforms is changing that. These are visual development tools that allow people to build sophisticated websites and applications using drag-and-drop interfaces and pre-built components. It's kind of like building with digital Lego blocks, instead of having to manufacture each brick from scratch. No-code platforms like Webflow or Bubble empower entrepreneurs, designers and small business owners to bring their ideas to life without writing a single line of code. So, what happens when we put all these trends together? What might a typical day on the web look like in, say, 2030? Let's imagine it. You wake up, and instead of grabbing your phone, you just say, "Hey web, what's my day look like?" Your smart window shows a personalized summary, your calendar, the weather, a few headlines. The information is presented cleanly and accessibly, with high contrast and large text. On your commute, you put on your lightweight AR glasses. As you walk to the station, a subtle arrow on the ground, visible only to you, guides you on the fastest route. When you look at a restaurant, its PWA instantly loads in your vision. The menu, reviews, a book a table button you can select with a simple gesture. You see an advertisement for a new pair of sneakers on a digital billboard. You glance at it and the ad expands into a three-dimensional model of the shoe. It projects onto your own feet so you can see how it looks. Powered by WebAssembly. Later at work, you have a meeting with a team spread across 3 continents. You all put on your headsets and enter a collaborative web VR space. It feels like you're all in the same room, whiteboarding ideas on a virtual wall, manipulating 3-dimensional models of your new product. The entire experience runs smoothly in a web browser, with no app to install. After work, you decide to learn how to cook a new dish. You visit a cooking website, and its AI assistant walks you through the recipe with voice commands.